Welcome back for another video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's jump right into it. In this video, we're just going to prepare for the upcoming trading week for April the 28th through May the 2nd. And I'm going to do this just to get my mind ready and to be prepared and to become profitable this week, and to also call up my trades in the Market Mentors Discord community, where we share all of our analysis, our winning trades, interact with our students, and we teach you guys how to become profitable. So click the link in the description to join, and I'll see you guys there. So just getting back to it, we're just going to go through these steps that I have defined out in a previous video, why or how to just go through this and be profitable. This is just a routine that I do every week just to get my mind right and just help me to attack the markets with a clean slate and understanding how I can get better each week. So step one, I just always reflect and review on the last week. It's the first thing I do just to understand why I did certain things or how I did certain things, if it was beneficial, if it was good or bad, what I can reflect on and do improve this upcoming week. So I think last week was a solid week up until Friday for me personally. I think I had a little greed kick in on Friday, so it kind of messed my win percentage up a little bit for the week, and I lost some profit because of that. Before Friday, I think it was like 5 of 8 or 5 of 9 on trades, which is pretty solid. It was up a good amount, and then I just got a little greed and lost a little bit on Friday, but before Friday, I think it was good. Friday, I needed to control my greed a little bit, so definitely going to work on that a little this week. But outside of that, I think it was a pretty good week with how I saw the markets. Step two will be to backtest and fine tune. So I think backtesting, it was pretty similar results. Still was like I was 5 of 8 or 5 of 9 on the week before Friday. But looking at the backtesting results, I'd already marked that up and did it on a different broker. I believe I was I did 3 trades per day in theory, so I think I was like 10 of 14 or like 9 of 13 in the backtesting results. So not too much. Right here, 10 of 14 or 9 of 13, however you want to look at it, or 9 of 14, however you want to look at it. Just kind of depends on different factors I was testing out. So kind of similar with the results if you kind of scale it out to that many, because I think I took about 11 trades or so last week, or 12, and then scaling it out to like 14, 15. It's kind of similar, same result. So yeah, I understand what I could have done differently with the trades. Most of them were pretty much the same. It's just Friday, maybe Thursday. Could have executed this a little different, maybe a little better. So it's all good. Just going to take that with me going on to this week. And then the next step is, step 3 is always to check the news and economic calendar just to understand what's going to happen and what's going to potentially move the market this week. So since I only trade NASDAQ, I only worry about really USD news and then the high impact news especially. So it is NFP week, so we're of course going to have a lot of movement this week, but nothing today on Monday. We have a high impact news on Tuesday, 2 events with pre-market and during the actual session. Same thing with Wednesday, pre-market news 8:15, 8:30, and a lot at 10, so it'll be a lot of spikes there. Thursday as well, at least pre-market and during session as well. And of course Friday's NFP, so pre-market will be crazy, and then it'll just kind of follow out to the rest of the day. So it's going to be a really busy and volatile week, so just be prepared for that. Adjust your risk and understand, have a little patience that moves will look a little different than normal. Then step 4 will be to analyze the higher time frame. So I always recommend jumping up 1 or 2 time frames higher than what you normally trade at least, just so you understand what could happen within the week and understand where price is or where price could be heading to. So I usually just trade in the 15-minute and I look at the 1 hour sometimes. So I'll just jump up on the daily and understand what price could head to for this week. So looking at it, we are currently in the imbalance that was left from the tariffs about 2 weeks ago from that announcement. There was a huge spike down and there was an imbalance left behind. And we're currently in that imbalance now. So looking at it, we could really play around in this area a lot. So this will be a key area for this going on this week. And either I'm thinking we're going to start selling off here and pushing back to the downside to at least sweep this liquidity if we're going to push back up, or we're just going to be selling for a long time. Or we could just kind of consolidate in this area, have some of the sell side liquidity sweep, and push the upside to go higher to sweep this buy side liquidity, or push even higher and mitigate a few more imbalances up in this area. So this will be a pretty key and crucial area this week with however price wants to go. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting and tricky week because it is NFP week, so we'll see a lot of news events. So we might see a big spike up, mitigate this, and push down, or might see a crazy push down to mitigate these and then to go back to the upside. I don't know. We'll see what happens. This could go either way, but I'm just going to be prepared for price to go either up or down, because this will be a different week than most weeks. You can kind of say, okay, it's going to push up this previous week. You can kind of see that just because it's headed towards all of this imbalance and these buy-side liquidity, but it can go either way this week. So we'll see what happens with that. Just stay tuned for that and just be patient and understand. Let the market show you where it wants to go first. And that'll bring us to step 5, where you just want to focus on writing your weekly goals and understanding how you want to get better for the week. So for me personally, I want to make sure I'm limiting the amount of trades I take in a week. So I'm limiting myself to 3 trades a day, just because I don't want to put unnecessary risk and strain on my account just from one trading day or just one bad day. So I'm limiting myself to 3 trades per day this week, and just want to understand how the math works with how much I'm risking, and just seeing how I like everything, and understanding that it'll help me focus on quality setups instead of just taking a crazy amount of quantity setups. That, and then the other goal I would say is I just want to try to trade Asian session and London session a little bit this week, especially during NFP, because I know during New York session it will be a little hectic with the news drops, especially after Monday. So from Tuesday through Friday, it'll be a little crazy. So I really want to try to focus on potentially trading Asian session and London session, taking advantage of those sessions, because those will be the calmer, smoother sessions, considering there's no big news dropping during those sessions. So I'll try to dabble with those this week if New York is looking too volatile throughout the week. So those are my goals. That'll bring us on to step 6. So step 6, I always recommend at least writing down some affirmations in a book or some type of sticky note, notepad, or typing it on your computer, or saying it out loud and recording yourself, or just going in the mirror and saying it. Just writing out some affirmations to get your mind right and prepared for the week, to just bring your mind very confident into the week. So you want to say things like, I'm a consistent and profitable trader, or I have faith and desire in my trading ability, or I'm a disciplined trader who follows my system fully. So these are just 3 that I always wrote out to myself and just said to myself. And you can use any affirmations you want, but it's important to just get your mind in a stable place before the week, and of course before the trading day, just because you want to go in with a clear head and not have any doubt or any questions about your ability in trading. You just want to go through trading and go through and follow your system so that you can be profitable. And that will bring us to step 7. So build your weekly watch list. So for me, I only trade NASDAQ, so my watch list would only consist of trading or setting at least alerts, we'll say, on one asset. But if you're trading multiple assets, you need to go through on the higher time frame and just set alerts and say, okay, I'm waiting for price to get to certain levels like here, here, here throughout the week. And that's how you would go about at least building your watch list. So for me, it's already in this area. So like last week, I had an alert at this huge imbalance here, but it's already in it for this area here. So my alerts really will be consisting of sweeping this buy-side liquidity here, or at this higher imbalance here in the lower time frame. I have an alert here for this imbalance to be mitigated. And there's probably some here that'll be mitigated eventually, but I'll have to go down to the lower time frame to find it out. But for now, this is the weekly watches, is mostly just focusing on this area here. So it should be an interesting Monday potentially, and if not, it'll be interesting Monday London session, or Tuesday London session, and Tuesday New York session. And then that brings us to just step 8, just kind of reviewing your pre-trade checklist, understanding all of your confluences, all of your system, all your process, understanding what you need before you take a trade, and understanding how you can be successful and profitable this week. So then just looking at, of course, I'm just tweaking a little bit how I'm trading, just really going a lot with structure and how the market is like shifting, and of course using the AMD model in that to incorporate my entries, and of course just using imbalances to also just play off of those areas to see where price can go towards and where it's not going to go towards. But Rose has been playing off of structure, so looking for prices to switch to a bearish structure, and just kind of looking to take continuations off of those. And I've stopped taking reversals for now, so just looking for some type of continuation to the downside if it's going to go bearish, or continuation to the upside. I wanted to break out of this area potentially. So with that, I'll go and wrap it up here. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out more content on the channel. I'll see you guys next video.